Susan Page is Washington bureau chief for USA Today. She's in our Washington bureau. All right, so Susan, is the Trump transition team trying to walk back this phone call?
You know, Elaine, let's keep in mind, not since 1979 has an American president talked to the leader of Taiwan. So this is not some small courtesy call. This is a big change and a provocative one in the views of the Chinese government. And the question I think that some Americans have had is, was it inadvertent? Was there not an understanding of how important this would be seen, how provocative it would be seen by the Chinese? Or is this a deliberate effort by the incoming Trump administration to shake things up? Because there are Republicans who have urged a more confrontational U.S. policy toward China. If so, this might be a sign of that.
Well, Susan, it's interesting. Some might say Mr. Trump may have tried to change the topic ahead of the Sunday talk shows, sending a series of tweets Sunday morning warning of a 35% tariff for companies that move their labor out of the U.S. But has the president-elect explained how he could replicate his deal with Carrier Corporation?
You know, the deal with Carrier, in a way, is pretty particular. I mean, it was possible in part because Mike Pence, the incoming vice president, is still the governor of Indiana and was able to give some state breaks to Carrier. So I don't think we know if this is something that can be easily replicated. But some really interesting and far-reaching tweets from President-elect Trump again this morning, suggesting a 35% punitive tax on companies that move jobs abroad. This is all quite at odds with traditional free market orthodoxy and another sign of just how unconventional this new administration may be.
On another issue, Susan, Jill Stein's campaign is escalating essentially its call for a recount in Pennsylvania, vowing to take its fight for a recount to federal courts after it dropped the case in state courts. What position has Stein's push for these recounts put Hillary Clinton in?
Well, a little bit of an awkward position, I think, because the Hillary Clinton people are acknowledge that these recounts are not likely to change the outcome of the election. They do continue the battle, you know, the fierce battle lines we saw between the two sides, between the Republicans and Democrats, between Clinton supporters and Trump supporters in the election. You know, we're a month away from the election, but these wounds from the campaign are still really fresh.
Yeah, they don't seem to be showing any signs of healing, at least anytime soon. Susan Page, thank you.
Hey, thank you, Elaine.